Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Jamie Dean and welcome to another top 10 list here on Sidescrollin. I'm back with Dom and Sam, and I tell you what, fellas, imagine my surprise this morning when I got out of bed and I opened my bedroom curtain and it's just zombies. As far as the eye can see, zombies. No, that's every other day. That's why I was surprised it was not Dom.
How I look when I wake up out of bed in the morning is for me and me only.
So, because we're in the zombie apocalypse, it totally ruined my morning cup of tea and everything. We thought it'd be fun if we did our top 10 video game characters that we'd like to take with us into the zombie apocalypse that has fallen upon us. Sam, how did you go about putting this particular list together?
Yes, I have a team. I've got 10 characters. Okay, arguable about 10. But hey, I think I've got someone, or some people that are going to survive. They're going to thrive, and we're going to do this together. So I think that there's going to be a utopia at the end of my zombie survival team.
Did you guys try and defeat the apocalypse? Or are you trying to endure the apocalypse?
For me, this is like a 28 days later situation. It's a run out the clock situation.
Yeah. Okay, interesting.
So clearly your team is not as capable as mine then, if that's true.
Sam's putting an end to this thing. What do you do, Dom? So you've gone for survival then, Dom. You're waiting this out.
I mean, there's plenty of like video game characters that are like, you know, Doom guy, Mr. Doom to his friends. Like he can survive, but he's not a good team member. And like I felt like that was an important thing. Is like
not a team player.
I need people who are like going to be able to work together. We're not gonna like every zombie movie. It's like, I hate you. Oh, bicker. Oh shit! All the zombies are here all of a sudden. Like we're all in this together. So this is absolutely people who can work together to get everybody through.
Did you guys pick any characters to bring with you into the apocalypse that you don't like?
Yes.
Just for their skill set.
One of mine, I wouldn't say I don't like him, but it's certainly like make sure that you're not the slowest runner kind of situation.
You're not sending him a Christmas card, we'll put it that way. Yeah, cool. I think I did much the same thing. I went, my team's all based on, we're in it for the long haul. I tried to put a coherent team together. Everyone's got a job. Everyone's got a role. I tried to fill specific roles in this unit with different characters so that we can survive this thing rather than overcome this. Because I think it'd be really easy, right, to just pick the 10 most powerful, like you said, the 10 most powerful characters in video game history and just obliterate this fucking thing, right? But I think that's sort of isn't quite the spirit of the list. Yeah.
Like I didn't pick any JRPG heroes, you know. No one that's, you know, gonna take on the
God Sephiroth's not showing up here. Yeah, with his fucking meteor or the planet nonsense. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, we're gonna have a little bit, as we always do, a spirited, friendly competition with this one. So if you are watching, make sure you drop a comment down below to let us know who you think has picked the winning team to take through the zombie apocalypse. Who's going to survive? Who do you think is going to actually make it through this thing with their group of 10 characters? We'd love to know. Make sure you let us know. With that, fellas, should we get a run on?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Number 10.
Okay, so my number 10, again, we're sort of kicking it off with the concept of survival. We want to wait this thing out. So we're going to need a base. We're going to need somewhere that's a first order of operations. I need to fucking live somewhere. Now, there was a slew of characters that I could have picked to facilitate this particular need that I think everybody is going to have in the zombie apocalypse. Personally, I've gone with Steve. Now, old Stevie boy, he's versatile. That's why I like Steve. He can build something out of just about anything. He can build something anywhere. And he can run. He's got a bit of zombie experience, old Steve. You know what I mean? Like he's got a little bit of been there, done that. He's got a little bit of know-how about it. I like that. A lot of my characters are are sort of like jacks of many trades. And I think Steve,
if you can punch a tree, you can punch a zombie.
Exactly, right? Yes, precisely.
I've never seen Steve catch the virus.
That's right. No, he can dig us a hole. We can make us a dungeon down in the ground. We can go up in a top of a mountain. We can have a tree house. Like, he's anywhere we want to be. I feel like Steve is the man for the job. He can get us there. So I'm not the
a great
biggest
conversationalist, though.
No, and that's, and that was another reason he's actually on the list, is I'm not going to get fucking sick of him, right? I'm not going to kill him myself. He's just going to be there. He's just going to do what I want him to do, and it's going to be great. So that's my number 10 pick on the base building task. Steve's from Minecraft.
Yep. Solid choice.
Well, oh, no, it's a reasonable choice, but I mean, Jamie said first order of business, and I think Jamie's forgetting a few steps in the apocalypse.
No, I'm established.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what's the first thing you do?
What are you doing?
So for my number 10, I've picked
Sephiroth,
Pete and Daniel from The Fireman on Super Nintendo, because when
Sorry,
there's an emergency,
what was that second
first
word
responders,
after Pete? Sorry,
Pete and Daniel.
And.
Yeah.
And okay,
They operate
Okay.
as they operate.
So your number 10 is your number 10 and 11.
We'll get to it, all right? Trust me.
Okay.
It works. My list is a holistic approach.
Sam has 30 characters on his top 10 list.
Look, if anyone's
number 8,
project,
the population of Nigeria.
what's that
I'm not going to
game
give you
like,
shit
Tom?
because
Humanity?
you'll be able to give it back later.
Right, Humanity. Oh, you've got some tweets.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm going to pull my head in real quick, actually. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, well,
That's a great choice.
I'll be able to give you shit because of other choices I've got based on this. So yeah, firefighters. One of the things, like, these are the first characters I put on this list as well. By the way, because as a avid Project Zomboid player, one of the best professions to use in the Knoxville outbreak is fireman. Or firefighter, because you get the axe proficiency, you get to the firehouse, their PPE is very durable against bites and scratches, so they're a lot less likely to actually contract the virus. And just their access to tools in general is really powerful. If they can get an appliance, it's not a truck, it's an appliance. That's, a reasonable thing to sort of transport around.
It's a truck.
No, it's an appliance. Thank you very much. Look it up. So yeah, I see this as on the outbreak, step one, first responders, let's get going, and we'll find safety later, don't you worry. But,
Okay. Nice. So if any of your team catches fire, you're covered. I mean, I feel like that's probably the least of your concerns. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, no, look,
the wonderful members of the fire service do more than put out fires, but
that's true.
I will defend Sam on this, though. There's plenty of documented things about places under siege. They burn down internally. I'll give this one to him, and there's two to him.
If they can bring one of those, like those anti-riot, like massive water cannons, I feel like that would be really handy to have. If they can bring one of those along as well, that'd be great.
I mean, to be fair, just a normal fire hose will do that.
Something. Yep. If they can bring some high pressure gear, all right, they're back in.
There's hydrants everywhere. Right,
but who knows how to use it? Do you know how to use a fire hydrant? I don't know how to use a fire hydrant.
That's why I've got firefighters. Did you not see my number 10?
Exactly. Exactly.
Firefighters.
No, I'm defending you. It's a good pick. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Dom, what do you got?
All right. Well, look.
Put an end to this criticism of mine.
Here we go. I'm going to guess. Dom's got number 10's Joel. Number 8, 9's fucking. Yeah, exactly.
Mr. from Last of Us.
Number 8 is Nathan Drake. Who other Uncharted characters have we got?
Let me just. So.
Mr. Judy.
Naughty Dog.
This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay?
Oh, Christ.
And down the bottom here is your physiological needs. So breathing, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. So what is most important when it comes to food?
Fucking TED Talk over here.
So this is the grandma from Overcooked.
Overcooked.
Because that's what you need during the zombie apocalypse. More stress. Brilliant choice.
Look, she's the one cooking and causing. She's stressed. Everyone else is fine. She's serving up food. She's serving it up quickly. She's serving it under pressure. She has experience with zombie apocalypses. Overcooked. There's zombie bread. That's why they're going out and finding all. So she's going to cook food. She's going to cook good food, keep morale up, keep nutrition up, and she she knows how to deal with zombies as well. She's not going to get left behind or get bitten. She's everyone's fed. An army marches on its stomach, Jamie. So,
true. Yeah, actually, it's actually a pretty good pick. Yeah, I can see it. It's actually a good pick. Yep, well done.
I hope there's no better chefs on anyone else's list.
It's actually maybe just think like,
that's the important thing.
Have I neglected food? I might have neglected food in this list.
You're like, nah, it's fine.
If I get bit, I've got plenty of food.
Week.
All right, good start, strong start, good foundations put down. I feel by everybody there. Let's get on to number 9.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we have a base. We've got our base of operations established now. I feel like if we're going to have a team for the zombie apocalypse and we've got a base, we need a guy in the chair. We've got to have somebody at the base. We need a scientist, comms guy. Again, someone I feel who has a bit of experience in combat, a bit of experience in warfare, who's got a scientific mind, who's a bit of a whiz. And again, there's lots of people in the video game sort of stratosphere that I could pick to fill this role. But I've actually gone with Winston from Overwatch.
Fucking. Yeah,
You sure he's not from Overwatch 2, Jamie?
He is also from Overwatch 2, but I am neglecting that particular version of Winston. I'm choosing this one. I think I want Winston because he's fucking smart. He's a big old Hulk monkey, so he can rumble as well. Again, we're filling that multi-role thing, right? If the shit comes down to it, he's got a big old lightning cannon. He can rumble, but he can also equip the rest of us with cool shit, right? He's going to be the guy in the chair. If we're out and about, I feel like he's on comms. He's got the base. I feel like it'd be well defended with Winston there. Hey, I think he's just a very versatile character to have in the science role, in addition to all the sciencey stuff that he's going to bring along to the team there and all the tech. We need the tech guy. He's our tech guy.
Wouldn't he usurp Steve because he's got the moon base?
He does have the moon base. Look, if he can get us to the moon base, I don't need a fucking team, do I? Like, well, you guys can jump in and off we go. Yeah, it's brilliant. So, yeah, multi-roles, but he's my guy in the chair. He is old Winston. I think he'd be well suited to that, and we'd be the most well-equipped fucking 10 characters you've ever seen. Winston from Overwatch, number 9.
From Overwatch. Man, good on you for throwing Blizzard a bone. Like,
that's the one. Got to give them. They need a hand at the moment. Fucking hell, like anything.
Yeah. Poor old Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, Walmart, Target, Hungry Jacks. Those poor
you got to feel bad for them. You got to feel sorry.
All right. So,
can't even afford all those recent purchases anyway.
Now I'm sad. This is meant to be a fun list.
Yeah, it's meant to be zombie apocalypse.
So to support Dom, like I know Dom didn't address the need to get to safety first and neglected the emergency responses. So remember that when you're typing in the comments who has the best team. I, however, do acknowledge that, yes, food is very important. So I want to bring a chef to ensure that people are given nutritious and tasty foods. I think tasty is really important because, again, if we look at Projects on Board, tasty food helps to keep away things like depression and anxiety, increase your happiness, can even manage your boredom as well, which can be an issue in the apocalypse. So I will bring. Is this
where you were showing us videos of like naan bread before the stream?
No, that was just me being me. Because who I would bring would be Martial Law from Tekken. Because not only is he an amazing chef making super tasty Chinese food, but he can also hold his own in a brawl as well. So he's a bit of a double threat, and can certainly help with keeping people safe while also cooking some delicious food. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I was trying to channel Sanji from One Piece, but I can't do Sanji from One Piece.
Yep.
So
it's hard to see in that image, but that nunchuck's actually 2 pepper mills connected together.
Salt and pepper, not just 2 pepper mills. Or would it be 5 spice and Sichuan pepper? Oh, God,
yes, there you go.
Amazing. But yeah, I'm fully on board with we need nutrition. That's very important, and having someone that understands nutrition would be fantastic. And if they can throw a few kicks and punches, 1-inch punch, more power to him. That's it. Like even if he gets caught in a tight space, he can really nail the zombie still.
1-inch punch is like a little bit close for my comfort to a zombie.
But that's the thing. If you're being swarmed, you want to have access to that tool. It's not that he can't throw out some long kicks as well.
Yeah. That's a 3-foot
I
kick.
think it'd be great.
Nice, comfortable 3 feet away.
And he's a fun guy. He's got some of the better openings and.
He's a fun guy,
Tekken, so.
and he cooks with fun guy. I'm here all night, guys.
No, bad Dom. I'm curious as to where, like, you got. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking now. Maybe I've omitted a cook, but I'm curious to know where you're getting all these supplies from, fellas. All these cooking supplies. You see, have you got like a fucking stocked fridge or something?
Don't you
it's coming, is it?
I've thought of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice. Have you thought of it, Dom? Or are you just setting grandma up for failure here?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Did you think we half-assed our list, Jamie?
Yeah.
You're trying to find flaws anyway.
Based on past records.
All right. My number 9. I've got food.
Mm-hmm.
I need tools. You don't know what you're going to come across in the zombie apocalypse. Hopefully, though, you come across some jelly beans. My number 9 is the blob from Boy and His Blob.
Well, okay, yep, go.
Did I see the blob from A Boy and His Blob being put to this list?
Justify.
Depending on the different flavor of jelly bean you
Where the fuck are you getting jelly beans from? It's the zombie apocalypse.
I've got people who are scavenging things, all right?
Oh, okay. We want jelly beans, guys. Explicitly jelly beans.
Yeah.
Ketchup flavored ones.
Yeah.
Depending on the flavor that you feed him, he turns into different tools. So just, a quick couple. Cream, he turns into a cannon. Licorice, he's a ladder.
What was that first one?
Cream.
I don't think
vanilla.
I've never heard of a cream flavored jelly bean in my life.
I mean, there's a lot of weird
jelly bellies.
There's like ketchup as well as a flavor that he turns into, and that makes him
fucking. This is
root beer. He turns into a rocket. Strawberry, he turns into a shield. Like he's literally a zombie.
Imagine like fucking the zombies are coming in and just raiding Dominic's shelter, and it's just tearing through the fucking larder. Like, where's the fucking green jelly bean? It's gotta be here somewhere. This is a ridiculous pick, Dominic.
I like the idea, Dom, but I feel like the blob could be replaced with the tools that you're turning him into. Like a ladder is probably not super hard to take.
That's the second half of my strategy, is because I did say before that you need someone that you can run faster than.
Mm-hmm. He's the bait.
Just throw the jelly beans into the hole that the blob fucking chase after.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're back in.
Properties, but he works as a shield. So, sure.
Hey, he can be a shield one way or another.
Yeah. Why didn't you mention that he can turn into a jack as well, so you can lift up your car to replace any tires, right?
Yeah.
Assuming you've got some sort of vehicle.
Oh, God. Oh, brilliant. All right.
There's too many to list, Sam. He's too valuable.
So many uses.
Yeah.
I need to play the remake and see how that goes. I played that on NES, that game.
Oh, God.
I know it would be a fucking horrible time to play it again. But maybe the remake will do it. I don't know.
Oh,
God, we're old.
Well, number 8, please save us.
Bing bong.
All right. So after Dom dies, we're going to need.
No, the blob dies first.
I'm going to need. The next one is a scavenger. I guess this is my food guy, right? But not just food, but just supplies in general. I haven't gone with like the whole. I've got a stocked fucking pantry and a fridge and a fucking Michelin star kitchen in my facility like you guys have. I'm going to go out and be scavenging supplies like a real zombie apocalypse survivor. I'm going to need someone to do that. I'm going to need someone who is going to be quick on their feet. I'm going to need someone who can be in and out and is going to be able to get what we need when we need it as quick as possible. There's only one man for the job, I think. I don't particularly like him. That means if he gets bit, I'm not all that fussed. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Does he go too fast to scavenge?
And I've just had a genius idea, actually, is that I could actually use Sonic to just come and steal your guys' food. So maybe that's how we play it.
No, it's fine. I'm in a post-scarcity economy in my team.
Until we punch him and he drops everything.
Yeah, rings and all. So this is, I mean, it was an obvious pick for me. It's one of the first ones I picked. I need someone who's going to be able to get out and get back without a whole lot of danger of being bitten by zombies. My only concern is if he does get bitten by a zombie, do we have like those freaky like run fast Dawn of the Dead zombies in this zombie apocalypse?
I'm playing this 28 Days Later Dawn of the Dead remake rules in that like the zombies stop running when their muscles start deteriorating too much. So if it's a fresh turn, I feel like that. Yeah.
So my only concern with this is if he does get bitten by some freak happenstance, I've kind of created a fucking monster that's going to kill us all.
Team.
Yeah, Castigator.
Yeah. So it's a risk. It's a risky move, but I'm gonna back him. I'm gonna back him to get out there and get what we need.
Sonic would then also be able to survive underwater, so you're doubly screwed.
Yes.
Speed scaling.
I've just created a big fucking problem. I made this whole thing so much worse.
Speed scaling Sonic is really tough though, because in the games, there's no real issue with animals like hitting him. Or
that's true.
Him or doing, it's
Can he just roll through all the zombies, like spin roll through all the zombies and clean them up, and it's no problem at all.
Risky, man. Like fluid transport of the virus. Like, is this an aerosol virus?
I don't know. Look, I'm going to risk it.
Time, but
I'm going to risk it. We'll go safe. We'll play safe to start with, and just have him raid your guys' pantries, and we'll start there. And then once that runs out, then we'll send him out into the wild, and we'll just see what happens. I may have a countermeasure coming up later in my list, just in case, but we'll get to that. My number 8, right. Sonic the Hedgehog, the Scavenger.
So you chose speed for safety.
I did.
Now, I know I got a bit of criticism because allegedly I have 2 characters in one of mine.
My next 6.
You're doing a lot of heavy lifting here, Sam.
Well, heavy lifting in number 8, I chose the Ramdozer.
Oh, that is fucking great. That is genius. Yes.
Because you need to get out, right? So we've had the emergency response. We've ensured that we've got a way to get food, and now we're securing our escape out of whatever area. So I don't know if you've ever fantasized about what you'd do in a apocalypse scenario, right? I have, right? I've been waiting for my friends to knock off.
Every day Sam wakes up and looks out the window. Ah, damn.
At the Maya Center. No, not out the window, right? Look, I've been at the Maya Center before, like when I was like 22, 23. And we've
I think you
zombies
mean
hit now. That was Maya Center when I was... Okay, it was my... And would be sitting there, okay, if the zombies hit now, where would I go? What would I do? How would I get out of the city, right? And it is in this vein that I chose the Ramdozer, because the way out is a straight line, and it doesn't matter if there's zombies, buildings, cars, it's just...
Other survivors.
It's just going out, right? They're not survivors when the Ramdozer's done. So
no.
It's fine. They're zombies, right? They're zombies.
They're future zombies. Soon to be zombies.
But, if it's good enough for a white dude mad at the government, it's good enough for Sam.
And since the Ramdozer doesn't have a soul, it means that I'm not going over my 10 limit for characters. Right?
A survivor is just a zombie you haven't met.
Well, everyone's a zombie in potential in this circumstance.
That's it.
So, I can't necessarily go to the effort of checking that first. I can only make the assessment later for the paperwork.
This is a fucking great pick.
Oh, Ramdozer.
This is brilliant.
It was another early one for my list.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
I'll have ones later that you won't be as impressed with, Jamie, but that's fine.
It makes the blob look like just... Anyway, good pick. Solid pick. Well, look, Don, you can redeem yourself here. You can come back. Come on now. You can live.
Zombie apocalypse, the virus, however it's given, is a risk, but there's other illnesses that are risky as well.
Oh,
you need healthcare.
No.
And who is a classic healthcare provider?
It's not Dr. Mario.
Right.
It's Nurse Joy.
I was shortlisted. Definitely was shortlisted.
Yeah. That is actually quite good. Yep. That is quite good.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Like, A, works as a team. B, good bedside manner. C, has medical knowledge. This is D? a snap pick of what you need.
Sorry, Dom.
Oh god.
Now look, yes, technically she is a vet, but
it's a zombie apocalypse. You'll take what you can get, right? Yeah.
Look, they know how to stitch people up. They know about antibiotics.
Of course they do.
Like, yeah,
if it's transferable knowledge.
And plus, let's be honest, it's a zombie apocalypse. All the doctors in hospitals are dead already.
Yep.
Like, You're taking what you can get. So
yeah. And there's plenty of humanoid Pokemon, right? So the human physiology can't be that different from like the wide variety of Pokemon that Nurse Joy deals with.
yeah, look, I don't want to. I've been on some websites looking for this picture. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again. Thanks, Sam.
It'd be great that if Dom gets Nurse Joy into the shelter and someone, I don't know, loses a hand or something. Help me! And she's like, all I know is how to put a ball in a machine and press a button and a jingle plays. That's all I know. Why am I here?
Oh yeah, Castigator makes a good point. Keeping Brock away, but I can only assume it would be a zombie Brock at that point.
Oh yeah,
And,
it's not much difference really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Basically the same
when it
thing.
comes to women.
No,
Yeah,
clever. That is clever.
Nurse
Well
Joy
done.
is my number 8.
That's a good one. Good picks.
All right.
Number
Let's,
7.
Carry on to 7.
All right, it is time to get some muscle into this list. I think I need a.
Yeah, because that giant gorilla is not muscly at all.
That's my science guy, okay? And this is my cheat. This is a little bit of my cheat character, okay? This is why I can't give Sam any shit for his number 10, because he can give me a whole lot more shit for this one. And I think, it comes down to working smarter, not harder, fellas. And my number 7 pick is Red.
Oh, fuck off.
Fucking Pokemon.
Why Red, you say? Well, it's because Red has 6 straight fucking killers right there with him, all for the low price of one number 7 pick. Why would you not take him? Like, he's got the best Pokemon.
Look,
max leveled.
He's bullshitting Smash Brothers and he's bullshitting this.
No, I'm taking Red from Pokemon Silver and Gold. I'm taking straight top of the mountain killer Red. That's who's coming into the shelter. Again, nice and quiet. Won't piss me
he's
off.
going to have great conversations with Steve.
Brilliant. Him and Steve. I'm 2 for 2 there so far in the.
Shut up, would you?
Red does talk in other games though. Like he does in some of the other games, so we know he's got a voice.
A man of few words though. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not bringing him for his fucking personality. I'm bringing him for the things on his fucking belt. We're just getting 6 for the price of 1 here.
He's like, oh no, Red died.
Oh no! See if I can scoop these up. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. My number 7. 6 absolute zombie killers.
That's fair. Like that's to them, Pokemon are guns. It's like saying, that's
fucking
fair.
hell. You know what Charizard's going to do to a zombie horde?
About? Have you played the games? They're friends. They're not guns.
Have you met anybody from America? They're friends with guns too.
Yeah, but that's not where Pokemon's set, except for Sun and Moon. And that's technically Hawaii, and they're kind of chill over there, so it's fine.
I think Black and White's based on New York.
Oh,
it is.
Yeah. Guns.
Man,
it's
that
loaded
name's
with
a bit
guns
on
that
the
one.
nose then for America, isn't
It is a little bit.
Okay, let's carry on.
My number 7. 6 Pokemon and a guy.
You can only buy 1 in Texas.
All right, so Emily Von Spoopy actually got close to my number 7.
Ooh.
Except I didn't go for Karlach because Karlach, as a barbarian, is a bit rough and tough getting into the mix of it and doesn't wear a lot of armor. Thank you, whoever made that decision. But my number 7 had to be instead Shadowheart because Shadowheart is a cleric. Cleric get access to things like Turn Undead.
Very good.
And can also heal, and they can also cast light and sunlight and stuff like that. So very useful, very access to a lot of very helpful tools to deal with the undead apocalypse. So I thought she would be a good addition to the team. Now, there are 2 different ways Shadowheart can go, depending on your storyline. I would hope I would get the good Shadowheart and not the, hey, let's serve... What's the god's name again? Shah, yeah. Hopefully it's the post-Shah Shadowheart that I feel.
I mean, does Shah like zombies?
That's true.
I mean, but that's the problem is Shah might be on their side. Like,
So you're not willing to take the risk.
My question is like, do they like? Are you subject to the same RNG in this case? Like, are you going to get her having critical fumbles?
How reliable is she really?
Yeah.
She's pretty reliable. I mean, she's got some attacks that are just auto hit, I'm pretty sure.
Is she like, does she cast 1 turn undead per day and then she's fucking needs a 5 minutes and a sandwich?
Details. I mean, it's more turn undead than I can cast, so I'm not going to.
100% more. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a really. I didn't think of that. That's a good one.
But again, this is why it's a team.
Yeah,
we all raise each up together.
And she feels the multiple role thing too. Like she's your nurse joy as well as your ass kicker.
Yeah, like partly
specifically for undead.
Stuff,
yeah,
and also turn undead's really useful. And I mean stuff like sunlight, you don't have to roll to hit. There's no RNG in that. She just casts the sun. And that can often zombies are not super fond of the sun. So
nice, good one.
All right,
I feel like you've really thought about this, Sam. Hey,
and I was doing this on the train on the way home.
Sam's been prepping for this list since that 22-year-old Maya Cento guy. It's all been leading to this.
Well, I mean, that had nothing to do with video game characters.
This is a list that's almost 20 years in the making that you're witnessing right here.
Yeah.
He's already had these people in mind. It's just as he's played video games, he's like, oh, that's the same as this video game character. So
don't you guys gaslight me into thinking that neither of you have ever thought about how would I do this apocalypse? Right.
Oh,
I'm
I have.
going to exactly.
I put a lot of thought into it.
Exactly.
As my next pick will show.
So, look, my number 7. You need. Jamie mentioned it before. You need a jack of all trades. And my number 7. Look, he's been a driver. He plays sports. He
plays sport. Did you say he plays sports?
Yeah. So he's athletic.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
You need sports in the apocalypse, Jamie.
A good runner.
Yeah. Cardio, very important.
Yep. Faster than the blob.
And he's actually almost as fast as Sonic canonically.
Which
yeah, go on.
But has also, he's a tradesman. He's been a plumber.
It's Mario. As soon as tradesman.
and more importantly, he's also got a medical degree.
Dr. Mario. Yeah.
Is it specifically Dr. Mario that you're bringing?
Specifically Mario.
Oh, okay. It is just Mario in all his forms. Okay.
Mario's had a lot of jobs.
He has had a lot of jobs.
He wears a lot of hats.
Yeah.
Especially in Mario Odyssey.
You got it. There you go.
My figure is that, he's going to be the assistant to Nurse Joy because look, let's be honest. I've been in hospitals. Nurses are the ones that are doing the heavy
a woman
lifting
needed a man to be with her to help her. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's the assistant.
Dominic.
Okay, sure.
Jeez.
Speechless. Holy. Where are these accusations coming from?
But yeah, he's the assistant to Nurse Joy. He has medical training elsewhere. He can maybe do some research into what's
subordinate.
But things break. He's a plumber. He's a carpenter.
He owns a hotel.
Apparently, he's been a soldier. He's everything. This
is actually quite fucking clever. Yeah, this is a good one.
He's who you need him to be. And like I said, canonically faster than Sonic.
Where do you get that from?
He's beaten Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games. He has beaten Sonic in a foot race.
But does that mean he overcomes Sonic's greatest speed feat? Or just that Sonic was like, yeah, it's a game. I'm playing a game.
Sonic was restricted by the rules of the race.
In a race.
Let him off the chain.
In a race, he beat Sonic. Therefore, he is faster than Sonic.
Was Sonic vs. Mario at the Olympics Games, is that a Nintendo game or a Sega game?
That was Nintendo. Is it the London 2012 Olympics?
No, but I mean, is the publisher, was it made by Sega on a Nintendo system?
That's a good question. I don't know who published it.
Because if Nintendo made the game, then
of course Mario
biased material.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that Nintendo it was published by Nintendo in Japan and Sega elsewhere.
Oh, check and mate, sir.
Yeah.
I think there's a game theory about Sonic vs. Mario speed, potentially. So, yeah, maybe I'll have to it's a very old one.
But yeah, my number 7 is, the ultimate jack of all trades.
Yep. That is actually a good pick.
God, that's really terrible to put him in the apocalypse. He's normally in much cheerier environments. Like ghosts and shit. But anyway, he has to deal with reality with the rest of us.
That's right. We all got to put up with it.
All right. So number 6.
Number 6. Let's do it. All right. My number 6 was an easy pick. If I am going to have to endure the apocalypse with zombies for the next however many dozens of years, there's no fucking way I'm doing it sober. So my number 6 is Dionysus from Hades.
A literal god.
A literal god, not for his godly powers, but for endless wine.
That's just a nice benefit. You could drown. No, you can't drown zombies. Never mind. Retracted.
Yeah, he's a sexy man. He's charming. He's funny. He'd be good company. He's the entertainment, I think. He's like the something that's going to give us something that's worth living for a little bit. Bring a bit of joy.
You got to keep the morale up.
You got to keep the morale. That's his job, is the morale, but mostly to supply alcohol directly to me on a near continual basis while I have to deal with this bullshit.
You can also anesthetize the nihilistic anxiety from being in a post-apocalyptic world.
Exactly. Yeah. And if he wants to throw a godly boon our way every now and then, well, that'd be brilliant.
This is why Jamie needs somebody else in the chair, because he's fucking just lost
right.
the whole time.
I got a fucking team for a reason. I'm not doing shit.
So, funnily enough, like this lines up with the gameplay in Project Zomboid, and I'll bring that up a few times. But in Project Zomboid, if you get booze, it helps you feel happy if you start getting depressed, because depression can make you less effective, and you can drink it to make yourself sleep when you're in pain, when you otherwise are in too much pain to sleep.
See,
it's a fantastic buff.
Yeah,
that's not how any of this works.
I'm sorry, you can drink yourself to be passed out if you're like bleeding out.
That's it. He's a fucking god, dog, all right?
I don't think it's a game if that happens, but
if that's the case, Sam, I don't think it's the booze that's making you fall asleep. It's the loss of blood.
You know, it's easing the transition between like phases, right?
Look, Dionysus is a fan favorite from Hades. If you've played Hades, you know why he's on the team. He's fucking brilliant. He's just awesome in everything he does. An easy pick for me. My number 6. He's straight in there.
Leading into the stereotypes. All right. So number 6 for me. Again, I agree with Jamie. We need a scientist. But when I choose a scientist, I choose a scientist. Right?
Not an ape.
Not an ape. No. Not that there's anything wrong with apes. They're fine people. The particular reason I picked this scientist.
Oh god, we're gonna get cancelled by apes now.
Because we have the opportunity with this particular scientist to actually completely undo whatever event led to the outbreak, and that is
Winston could do that
with me. Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate, which I know is an anime, but it is based on a video game, so I get to talk about an anime. So fuck you all. It is a visual novel first and foremost. But yeah, so Okabe Rintaro as my scientist.
Fucking get him.
No one will get me for this because it's objectively correct that Steins Gate is
because nobody knows who that is.
No one knows.
Okay, anime fans love this shit. They still recommend it, even though it's fucking from 2007 or something.
Oh, way back.
It is up there. See, look, valid.
Valid. Pre-2020, I'm not watching it.
Mods, block that.
Okay, so hang on. Explain how an anime character made your video game character list.
Because he's a video game character that has an anime that has been adapted from the video game.
Okay, so he is from a video game.
He's from a video game.
Yeah, okay.
It's a video game is the source material that was turned into an anime, right?
Right. Now, so is he in that video game?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the main character of the video game.
Oh, well, there's no problem there.
Based on. Exactly.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
So you made up the problems to have a go. Anyway.
I take it back. I take it all back.
Clearly, you guys are unfamiliar with
No idea who it is.
Right? Fantastic anime. It's the sort of anime that people that don't watch anime could potentially watch. It's not that sort of weeby high school, let's all go to a different universe thing. He invents a time travel device. He invents the banana phone.
2 words.
Becomes a time travel device that allows him to go back in history to try and undo events that go pretty poorly in the series for him. But it means he basically gets infinite attempts to try and undo things in the past. So if the events happen before 2005, for whatever zombie apocalypse we're facing, he can go back to that point when he invents the banana phone to try and deal with it before it becomes an issue. And if he fails, he's still a genius scientist that can help us with,
I feel
managing our way through the future.
Glossing over the banana phone aspect.
You'd have to watch the anime to get all that. I don't want to go into all the details.
All I've got going on in my head now is ring, banana phone. So thank you for that, Sam.
Didn't we talk about the spirit of the list at the beginning of this fucking thing? So you picked a character who's just going to go back and completely nullify even having to do the list in the first place.
But then
everybody good night.
But then you haven't got him in your group, and then it happens. It's yeah.
The rules of the time travel in this show is actually pretty good, and without going too deep into it, he doesn't physically travel back in time. He sends his mind back to the point in time where he invented the machine. And so it's very likely he wouldn't be able to do anything, but it's a possibility, and he still has the benefit of being a genius.
Oh, so it's 12 Monkeys rules.
I haven't watched 12 Monkeys. But you
Oh, it's
haven't
a good
watched
movie. You
it,
should.
so-
It's a good movie.
Yeah, classic. It's Brad
All right.
Pitt.
None of you have
boy.
watched Steins Gate, so
Pretty.
why would I listen to you?
If you're watching this either live now or on YouTube later on, leave
In
a
the
comment.
future,
Is this a valid pick or not for this list?
What are you talking about? Is this a valid pick?
You've chosen someone who just undoes the entire fucking apocalypse.
But
What?
he
You could just
doesn't.
choose, I choose
He
Sephiroth and he
doesn't.
meteors the fucking planet and then there's nobody. Ah.
He actually generally doesn't, but he has the option to. Oh, look, he's such a tragic character that if you knew, you wouldn't be making that ridiculous statement, Jamie.
He's such a tragic character. Oh, okay, then.
Like he's not
Pity pick.
omnipotent in his time travel. Like he's very
Oh.
limited, but it's something he can help.
You got to write him a very specific note before you send him back.
I'm sorry, you're taking red with 6 fucking programs. And you want to shit about a scientist.
you're asking him, look, can you go and solve the zombie apocalypse? No, but I can. What else? What else do you want?
What else you got? You don't want to wear that shirt
See,
today, do
Chat's
you?
got my back. Chat's got my back.
All right.
Dom, put me out of my
All right.
misery.
Please.
My number. What are we? 6.
Sure, why not?
A lot
Again,
riding on this pick, Dom.
oh, it's better than yours.
Gloves are off. Shit on each other. Let's go.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
You need somebody who's got a good head on their shoulders. Again, a good team player. Not going to panic in a crisis. And you also want them to be physically able. They're not going to trip over and break their leg or anything like that. So not being a human really helps in that.
Fuck's sake.
Nick Valentine from Fallout 4 is a synth. He's aware he's a synth, which is important.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also like pretty physically indestructible, and he's very, very smart. He's got he's inquisitive, which is important, I think. It's not just
Ask questions. Is he hard boiled? Is he like a gumshoe type by the look of him?
He is.
Even better. He's like I think every team needs like the grizzled veteran kind of character, right? Does he fill this role a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. But not only that, he's from a wasteland. He knows how to scavenge for resources. He knows, like I said, he looks at things from another angle. So, actually that's a hidden cache over there, or we can't get in this way, but I know this type of building is going to have another way to get in. We can get in via the roof. More importantly, he doesn't need food. He's a synth.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
He's your fish out of water. Every team needs the fish out of water, like fucking Spock or Data, like those sorts of characters.
He's the equivalent of Silent Bob. Like, he might not be saying much, but every now and then he'll chime in, and you're like, okay, yeah. No,
that's some fucking wisdom. Yeah.
So
this is a good
my
pick.
My number 6, Nick Valentine from the Commonwealth of Fallout 4.
Yep, that's a good one. That is a good one, Dom. Well done. Did not think of that one.
Nice to be validated, Dom. But anyway.
There you go. Well, all you got to do is pick good characters. And
let's do number 5.
that's all you need. You're not going to be able to fault my number 5. There's no way. So mine's a little bit in the same.
Give me a chance.
No way. Now we need to bring some wisdom to this team. I want someone who's been there and done that 100 times and knows exactly what the fucking score is with this kind of scenario. I want someone the whole team can lean on for their knowledge, and there's only one man for that job who's been in this kind of scenario again and again and again, and that's Deckard Cain. Go on, do it, Sammy. Criticize Deckard Cain. You can't do it.
The Diablo universe is pretty dog shit, isn't it?
It's fucked, man. It's more fucked than a zombie apocalypse.
I'm not sure any of the heroes in that universe have proven to be much use.
But he has. And that's why he's here. And none of the other guys are there.
If anything, it's going to be a relief for him. He's like, oh my God.
Thank God, zombies.
Why did he let the Dark Wanderer leave at the end of Diablo 1 then?
He's an old man. What's he going to do? What do you mean let
Fucking
him leave?
more than nothing.
He's just a dude. He's just an old dude who knows a
Seems
lot
like
of shit.
some shit went down in Tristan while he was on watch.
He's my boy. He's my boy for the job on this one.
I said I'll try and give you shit. I'm trying, all right? So
you can't do it.
In your chair, is he like
shut the fuck
behind? Is he behind Winston? Like, is he the planner or is he out in the field?
Winston's my scientist. Winston's my tech guy, my gizmo guy. He's like, he's on the comms. He's inventing weapons, right? He's what?
Winston's Abby from NCIS.
Yes, exactly.
Deckard Cain
right?
is like the conspiracy theorists on Facebook saying, no, this is demons. That's
Deckard's the one who I think can just like, he's just got so much knowledge, and he would just know what to do. He's the one that the whole team could like, if he said something, everyone would be like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's right, let's do that.
So
You know?
in your mind,
Does he get to the point
undead
quickly?
apocalypse is like a spiritual demon thing, not a physiological disease thing.
No, not necessarily. I think
Deckard's useless, right? Because if
I'm just talking about
like demons and angels, that
I'm just talking about apocalyptic scenarios where the shit's hit the fan and the whole world's in danger. I mean, he's been there and done that multiple times now. I think he would be of great value in that sort of scenario. He's dead.
Sorry, spoilers. Shit. Oh my god, spoilers.
Huge spoilers
for 003.
No, fuck that nonsense. He's not dead.
15 years ago.
Hashtag bring back Deckard Cain. Yeah, Deckard Cain. My number, what are we on? 5? He was like one of the first characters I thought of for the list. Easy pick. Easy pick. All that wisdom.
Enjoy the Blizzard box, mate.
Yep.
So I think that Jamie really underrated this particular skill set by bringing it in so early. And so in order to redress that balance, then I have to say that for my number 5, it is Alex from my.
Oh, nice.
Much the same reason as you, Jamie.
Yep, good one.
The main reason Alex is in here now is because I'm a wokelet, so I like to have women in video games. And they have all the same skills as Steve. And I think this is the point in my team where I start shifting from the survival. So we've got the first response, we've got the security of food, we've got the way to get out. We've tried to prevent things from getting as bad as they might get with our time traveling genius super scientists that everyone hates. And now's when we start to have the time where we can start to establish ourselves in whatever the state the world's in, and thus we have.
Well, the state the world's in is fantastic because your time traveler dude fixed everything, right?
Well, like I said before, it's not that easy in the time travel in Steins Gate. And so while it's valiant to try, it doesn't mean we need to.
Wait, so your your science, your traveler guy is just a wasted pick then? He didn't do what he brought him to do?
I feel like you weren't listening because I said that he would have the option to try, and yet even if he wasn't able to prevent it, he's still a genius scientist that is very useful to have around because of his ability to invent.
He gave it the old close try and came back and go, well, that didn't work. What else you got for me?
Sorry, do you think anyone in your team, if they fail at one thing, then they're useless and they have no roles to fill?
Basically, I'm feeding them. They're out there. They're at the fucking door.
Man, if you've got such food,
I just like the idea because you said before he only time travels, like he sends his mind back. So for everyone who's still there, he's just sitting in his chair. No, I tried, guys. I time traveled, I swear.
Yeah, but did you really try? Oh, yeah, I tried.
You guys need to watch it.
Could you try again?
If you want to criticize it, go and watch the series, come back to me, and we'll continue the discussion. Because, like, just dealing with this misinformation about.
Anyway, that's not the pick. Yeah, pick is Alex, which is a good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, deals with zombies, build stuff, can farm, all that sort of stuff. You know, great, fantastic.
Yep, perfect.
Seriously, like,
to have around.
Not to spoil things in the future, but like, what's your balance like? Like mine's 50 to 40% of each. There's one. I think the blob has to be an NB.
Are we talking
50-50 unintentionally because I am fucking on point and I didn't pick any of them for unsavory reasons.
Oh my god.
I'm so proud of you, Sam.
Well done.
All right.
Number 1, just wait for it. Oh.
Yeah.
Now my number 5, Jamie, you were talking before about somebody who has lore, needs to know.
You got to have a wisdom dude. Yep.
Absolutely agree. So my number 5, he's
also Deckard Cain. Good pick.
Wisdom dude.
The only correct pick.
He's got a lot of experience.
Way up there.
He's got a lot of experience with the supernatural, which I think is important because
that's a good one.
The at the start of the apocalypse, people are like, oh no, this couldn't possibly happen. Nobody in a zombie movie or a zombie game has ever seen a zombie movie or a zombie game.
That's not true.
So they don't. But
it's always so like fresh, isn't it? It's always like, what?
Look,
yeah, go on.
People are biting. What could this be?
What is this? Yeah.
So my number 5 is Nathan Drake.
Here we go. Number 5 through 1, baby. Oh, Naughty Dog. This is where it starts.
Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
As soon as the zombie
Uncharted 2 with more experience. Nathan Drake from Uncharted 3 because he deals with undead.
As soon as the zombie apocalypse started, Dom just like booked a ticket for Seattle straight away next morning. I'm living my dream.
Nathan Drake is a slam. Like he's a great pick. is problem solver. He knows how to navigate a way through an environment, but he also
endless stamina, endless.
Yeah.
No elf boys here.
Bit of a looker as well. It doesn't hurt.
Yep.
But also
funny guy.
He does his research. He knows about supernatural things. He's experienced a lot of them. He experienced undead in the first one. Sam.
The first one. All right.
Yeah, the Nazi submarine. I was not expecting that. That freaked the fuck out of me in that game. Anyway, so not only does he have that supernatural research, and he's good at researching, but he'll believe it when it's happening, and he'll go, shit, okay, we need to. So he's not only like my lore guy, he's going to be like the kind of calling around, going, all right, everybody pack up, it's time to go.
So he'll know how to get there too, because he's well traveled.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah,
and
number
he can
5,
drive pretty much any vehicle, can't he?
Oh yeah, he can do anything. He can basically do anything.
He's like a modern day Indy Jones, right?
Yeah, he's a Mary Sue, pretty much.
There's a male version for Mary Sue, right? Gary Stu.
Yeah, Nathan Drake.
Don't spoil the number.
Look, it's not my fault that
he's good at everything, and I love him so much.
He's a really good character.
And I want to have his babies.
It's not my fault. He's a great person.
Yeah.
Don't judge it. Anyway,
Hey, Nathan Drake was on my shortlist. Is for all the same reasons. It's a good pick. Versatile,
actually,
and easy to get along with.
Now that we are halfway through, who's somebody that was on your shortlist that didn't make it on? Because I had Jessie from Control, who I thought about it, but I just figured she was just too insular. She worked only with herself.
Okay.
Look, to spoil some of the process for me, some of them that didn't make mine that were on my shortlist were characters that were maybe a bit too close to things I've talked about recently. So Shantae being a genie would be very useful.
Oh, yeah.
But
I wish there wasn't a zombie apocalypse.
Bam!
I also didn't choose like any of the healers from Final Fantasy series, like Yuno or Aerith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you about one that didn't make my list in a couple of picks' time. I don't want to spoil it.
All right.
Well, do you want to tell us about your number 4 then?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to. Let's do that.
Mission granted.
Thank you so much, sir. So my number 4 pick is this is who I like. If the shits hit the fan and we're in one of those situations where we might fucking just straight up die, I want this person with me. This is like my MacGyver. This is the get out of jail card. This is the if I'm in a sticky, tight spot, I want this person to help us get out of it. And that is Breath of the Wild Link. Breath of the Wild Link can make a zombie killing machine out of a fucking stick and a piece of chewing gum. He is like, if I'm stuck somewhere.
That's Tears of the Kingdom Link that can do that, not Breath of the Wild Link.
Are they the same fucking Link?
No, because he doesn't get that power until Tears of the Kingdom.
What are you talking about? No.
The sticky power, the way he can
sorry. Yeah. I wasn't literally mean a sticky pile of goo. I mean, he can just pick up anything. It's a fucking weapon in his hands and he'll sort the situation out is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I want someone like that. I want someone like that with me in those sticky situations that I can turn to and go, what the fuck do we do? I feel like Breath of the Wild Link will already have an answer in his little grubby feral mitts. And
you know what? Between him, Red, and fucking Steve, you're not going to get a word in edgewise.
No, I know.
Jamie,
can you see a theme? Can you see a theme developing in this list? Like this zombie apocalypse is going to be a fucking holiday for me. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be me and Dionysus sharing wine, sharing jokes, and just fucking silence. Okay, except for the occasional
you got a problem, Red? Oh, I can't hear anything. So
your hero of time character that always appears when there's danger and like is a sort of mythical being that brings hope. Yet my scientist that can travel back in time. Oh, that's a bit much, Sam. No, let me pick
look
the
at
hero
him.
of
Look
the
at him.
entire universe.
He's a feral wild boy who can
was resurrected in a shrine.
Look at him.
After
look at him.
1,000 years ago against the Demon King.
Look how he's standing.
There's no difference between magic and technology beyond our understanding.
You know that ape, that chart that shows like the ape going into the man. He's like 3 steps back from the man. Look at him. Fucking savage. Oh yeah, he's with me for sure. Like he was going to carve up those zombies with a spoon and a fucking dinner plate.
If time shenanigans are worthy of being criticized,
No time. There's no timey-wiminess here. It's just for his.
No. Yes. The Zelda franchise, famous for no timey-wimey.
It's not why I'm bringing him. He's got no ocarina. There's no ocarina around. There's not even any fucking Master Sword. It's just for his ability to survive by any means, by any goddamn means. Link
because he'd be making too much noise for you.
yeah, exactly. Yep. Shut up with the fucking thing. Give me that. My number 4 pick, the feral boy himself, Breath of the Wild's Link.
I've never heard anyone talk to him.
Yeah, dude. You need to go and look at some fan art.
That's a dangerous. You got to block some tags before you start looking at that stuff.
You get into
so my number 4 pick is going to be a complete mystery to both of you. I'm almost 100% sure, and I'm going to spoil some of the game for Pathologic. If any of you have heard of Pathologic, my number 4 is my wisdom pick. It is Clara, the Changeling, one of the 3 primary antagonists of the Pathologic series. Now, a brief overview of Pathologic might make this make a little bit of sense, but it is a Russian developed game where you enter this village that's kind of somewhere weird in the turn of the revolution. There's guns, but things are a bit still mystical, and it's kind of weird. And within the first
liminal space kind of thing,
not liminal space, like it's all like normal space with the exception of this tower. And I sort of risk getting into the weeds about some of the more dense themes of the game, getting into that. But it's more like there's guns and stuff, but there's also like shaman society where there's like spiritual beliefs that exist. And within the first day of arriving on this town, the characters come to the realization that the plague is coming, and the town ends up getting shut down, and you can't get in or out because the train shut down, blah, 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 blah. And so between the 3 major characters, they all have different ways of dealing with the plague. Clara, the Changeling, is the only character that can actually make a panacea that can actually cure people of the plague. And she has some fairly mystical powers and stuff. And her wisdom comes from the fact that she is fully aware of the nature of her existence and the existence of others. And spoilers for Pathologic. I don't believe either of you two would play it. It's a very dense, very difficult, punishing game that you sort of walk everywhere, and it's time-based and stuff. So are you happy for me to spoil it?
Yeah, go for it.
The spoiler of this game is that it's happening in the imagination of children, which then transcends from happening in the imagination of children to the game devs actually being in the last final true ending, and you actually talk with the game devs about the existence of the characters, and you as the player controlling the characters, and the Changeling as a character in the game is aware of the whole lot.
Oh no,
knows the truth of everything.
My 4th wall, it's all over the floor.
I recommend anyone that's vaguely interested in like just hearing about the story and the lore. There's a video by Bomber Guy from many, many years ago where he talks about why Pathologic is one of the best video games that you'll likely never play because it's so punishing. And it goes into all these really cool themes. But I think based on the fact that, again, she deals with this very dismal, dark situation of the plague, is able to create cures, and is very, very aware of the nature of the world, that she would be invaluable in the team.
Look, one of my favorite and like completely sideways, but one of my favorite Sliders episodes was when they went to the world that they never discovered antibiotics, and like it's important. Like I said before, like if it's not the zombie apocalypse that's going to get you, it's like cutting yourself and then it gets infected. Like good, yeah.
That's why I bring Nurse Joy along.
The interesting thing about this is like with the 3 characters, one of them is like a surgeon, like the Bachelor, and he is like science focused, and then one of the other characters is like a local, and so he ends up getting involved in like the shamanistic practices, and this character is sort of the transcendent one. But yeah, really interesting game to just.
I do like games like that are kind of like set in the real world, but then all of a sudden there's like mystical stuff that you know, like I know it's David Cage, but I really enjoyed Fahrenheit for that kind of like. All of a sudden there's magic, and you're like, oh, okay. I thought this was just like a detective game.
You know what I love, and I say this like 100% unironically, right? What I fucking love about Sam's picks whenever we do any of these lists, right, is that he's always got these like really obscure games that no one's heard of, but you know that someone who's watching this video out there somewhere who never knows anybody else who's ever heard of this game or knows about this game hears Sam mention one of these games and goes, yes! And yes! Like it's someone's
exactly how it should be described. It's a little bit wrong. You've got it wrong.
But not only that, but there'll be somebody that is like I can't find any trace of this game online anywhere. Like, did I imagine this game? And
did I imagine this even happen? And then you find Sam who's playing, and like, you know, you find like, because that's someone's favorite game, right? That no one fucking knows about. Yeah. And then you're watching this video completely innocently, and this dude on this video just mentions this favorite game of yours, and you suddenly like, oh, I love that. I think that's fucking brilliant. I always love that about Sam's lists. Like I said, no sarcasm at all. I think it's fantastic. I can't tell if that's a good pick or not because I don't know it, but I love that you've got it.
There's pluses and minuses to bringing up this obscure stuff because it's a bit harder for you guys. But it's like when Dom brings up any Call of Duty.
I love hearing about it. I love learning about it for sure. Absolutely. A connoisseur of knowledge.
My number 4 again. Somebody who they've dealt with the ruins of society. They know they know where's safe. They know where's dangerous. They're a survivor. They're a scavenger, and like this is going to be my main kind of leading the scavenging party to get the supplies and come back in.
Sonic,
Alex Vance.
You know, you were asking about short lists, and that reminded me. One of my short lists was Shell.
Yeah,
Portal. Yeah, I thought the portal gun would be handy, but in the end, I was not handy enough.
Yeah. Look, I'm unfortunately I don't have a PC VR, so I have not had a chance to play Alex VR yet. But like. Everything that you've seen her do in Half-Life 2
plus game, the mod. It's a porn VR joke. Someone got it.
Different one. Different portal.
Where's the VR?
She finds her way. You know, she saves you a couple of times. She finds her way through problems. She's versed in the zombies already with headcrab zombies. Like, this is a girl who knows what's going on. She's gonna sort you out. She'll problem solve, and she clearly works well with others as well. Like, you know, she's working with the resistance out at the White Mountain Castle, wherever the
White Castle.
You know, everyone know. You know the one. Yeah,
episode 2 where you're driving around.
She's the one that gives the crowbar to Gordon, isn't she? Is that where Gordon gets the crowbar?
Yeah,
because that's a useful tool for a zombie. If she can give out crowbars, like
that's it. How many of them has she got? She got like a fucking backpack full of them.
Every time I load up that game and play, she's got one. So.
But, yeah, most importantly, she's a great team player. She knows how to organize people and teams as well.
Would she be the leader of your team? Do you think, Dom? Would you put her in charge?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think she's got a good tactical mind. You know, she's run a resistance. Helped run a resistance. Like, I think that she'd be out in the field, kind of like a field lieutenant kind of thing, not necessarily being back at the base all the time, but would come back and do the sitting down with everyone and doing the debrief afterwards, and, you know, seeing what needs to do better and who needs help, and then go out and help those people, but still monitoring other people. So, yeah, my number 4, Alex Vance.
I'm sure it'll be like a break for her to, instead of deal with the emerging threat of fascism, like she just deals with it.
Thank God.
I'd like to think as well that she'd really appreciate being able to have people talk back to her as well.
You reckon she's into it?
Well, I just, you're like, here, Gordon, here's a crowbar. Oh yeah. No, thank you. Oh, okay, bye, I guess.
It's a good thing she's not on Jamie's team then, eh?
That's it. Why won't anyone speak to me? Top 3.
All right,
here we go. We're into the big hitters now. So this is my pick for a couple of reasons, but one reason in particular. So first off, he's got a wealth of knowledge, right? That's why he's here, but a different kind of wealth of knowledge to what Deckard Cain has. This is more like a practical, I've been there, done that kind of knowledge.
Not the ravings of a lunatic.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that he would be immune to whatever this zombie virus is, much like, what was your pick, Dom, you said was immune? The synth?
The synth.
Yeah. This is my pick, like someone who actually can't contract the virus. But this is also my, what would I call it? This is my my countermeasure. If we ever run into this Sonic zombie incident, or if any of the other members of my team become compromised, this is my guy who's going to save the rest of us from that particular fallout.
He's
apart from
in your
all,
base behind a piece of glass.
yeah, basically he's locked away until, you know, break glass if needed, sort of deal, right? And boy, if you break the glass, he's going to be very, very useful because it is Alucard from Castlevania. So obviously, a myriad of uses for Alucard on the team. I'd almost make him the leader of the entire expedition were it not for my next pick coming up. But I think, yeah, he pretty much speaks for himself with what he brings. But I also back him to deal with just about anybody else on the team should things go pear-shaped, you know? He's my, like, can you please sort this zombie Sonic problem out?
I feel like he'd be the one that if somebody else is bitten, you know, he'd be like, I will take on this burden to put them out of their misery. So nobody else has to live with that.
Yeah.
Oh, he wouldn't even consider it a burden. He'd be like, I must deal with this.
Yeah, yeah. He's got that detachment.
Is that the Dracula that was the former Belmont?
Alucard is Dracula's son. He's a half vampire.
Isn't there some? I don't know enough about my Castlevania lore. I felt like from Castlevania 1 or 2, the Belmont ends up inheriting the curse. Anyway, it's fine.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, I don't know. That's not Alucard. That's something different. Yeah, Alucard is the son of Dracula and his wife that was murdered by humans.
It's just Dracula backwards.
No,
yeah, just Dracula backwards. Shut up. It's like Ekans. My number 3 pick, Ekans.
Castlevania called out Castlevania like an hour ago too. So
yeah, nice one, Cass. You nailed it, man. Yeah, it was again one of the first ones I thought of for the list was Alucard. It was like, oh, do I take one of the Belmonts? But no, Alucard I feel like would be immune to the virus if something went wrong. So I have no qualms about throwing him out there in the first place.
You can't be a zombie vampire. That just doesn't make sense.
That's ridiculous. That's just stupid.
Yeah,
that which is dead cannot die.
He's fast. He's strong. He can fucking fight with the best of them. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's got the kit. He's old. He's fucking hot as hell. And I feel like he could take care of things if things went wrong.
Sorry, are you talking about Alucard or Sam?
Yes. Either one. Same thing.
Yeah. Just different color.
My number 3, Alucard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Good pick.
So me and Jamie have a different ideology where Jamie likes to solve problems with violence. I have moved to the phase where
it's like a Batman. It's more like I like to think it's a Batman.
No, not Batman.
It's like just putting measures in place just in case is all.
Yeah. Well, I think if you,
I'm a preventer, not a curer.
If you approach problems with empathy, understanding, a smile, maybe. You find that you can solve a lot of these problems without having to resolve. You
smile at my zombie Sonic and see how far it gets you.
If you actively listen to the zombies, you'll be able to reach empathy and change
their behavior. You'll be able to manage a solution where it's a win-win-win, as they like to say.
What is this going to be? Go on.
As we establish our society again, we need someone that can manage these social contracts and the way that people interact with each other and take on those duties, which are very important. And so we need someone that is experienced, that has managed conflict in the past, and that has some very strong connections, which I'll get to later. But for now, we'll say our number 3. We're at number 3, right? My number 3 is
number 3.
The town support provided by Isabel. She is going to be at the center of this emerging colony.
Oh, man.
Alex has started rebuilding with Alex's Minecraft skills. And she is going to be the one that is helping to direct all the skills and talents.
This is your guy in the chair.
And she's going to be doing it with a smile. She's going to be able to manage conflict between any of the other members. I don't know how all these people are going to interact with each other. And I think that's just going to help us to start build a healthy new society as we start to solidify our defenses, our base, and our circumstances. And I think having that smiling, happy Isabel, like we need brightness, right? We need joy. We can't just face the apocalypse without something to help everyone feel.
You come back. There's warm beds, hot food cooked, everything's
endless optimism.
Yeah,
it'll be fantastic. So as much as I was like, I bring in Mario into that shitty world. Well, Isabel, guess what?
It's like another step.
Not the island.
No, it was a good pick. Good.
Yeah,
I need civics, right? We need civics for society, and so she'll bring up.
Sam's rebuilding. Nice,
mate. We are on our way back to utopia. Don't you worry. It'll be a better world than we started by the time I'm finished with it.
And Isabel at the core, at the heart of it.
Oh, she's part of the team, right? There's no one person at the heart. They all form the heart. All right, like Captain Planet. Like,
Yep. Well, yeah, not quite how it
Well,
works.
except
But
Captain
yeah, go on.
Planet, one of them is Heart.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say one of them
But
does. Yeah,
he joins the rest.
bad analogy. Bad analogy.
Look, my number 3, I've got scavengers.
Mhm.
I've got people who know what's going on, fighters, you know, jacks of all trade. We're gonna find vehicles, and machinery,
Vandals.
and
Yeah, I was going to say Sam's got one.
just things that are going to break. They're going to need fixing. So I need a good engineer and a mechanic, and
This is smart.
you want to kick back and have a bit of a drink as well. So what better person to choose than a joint mechanic, engineer, bartender than Claire Russell from Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, she can survive the wastelands of Cyberpunk. She can survive the zombie apocalypse.
I mean,
But
another thing that might be easier than.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're giving all these characters like a fucking holiday.
Maybe
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, she's a brilliant, Mario's a jack of all trades. She's going to be an expert engineer and mechanic. If a car breaks, she's going to be able to fix it.
That's really fucking smart, actually. I never thought about an engineer.
And not only that, she does off-road racing, like racing through the waste and stuff.
Yeah, she's a driver.
Yeah,
I'm going to need a driver.
Like pristine highways anymore. This is a zombie apocalypse. We're going to have to go off-road to get anywhere.
This is a good pick.
And at the end of the day, it's not just beer. Like, she'll make you a goddamn cocktail. And
a Johnny Silverhand, right?
Yeah, well, or whatever you want.
This might be your best pick, I think.
And Isabel. What would an Isabel drink be?
Something peach.
Pineapple juice and
peach schnapps.
Yeah. Is that with a little umbrella?
Mm.
Yep.
But yeah, no, my number 3, Claire Russell, just good mechanic, but also good for morale as well. And
there's always vehicles all over the place in zombie apocalypses, so there'd be plenty of material for it.
Yeah, that's a fucking great pick. That's a fantastic pick. I wish I'd thought of something along those lines. We're
Next
walking,
time.
I guess.
You didn't even think of food, Jamie.
Or are we? Let's get to number 2.
All right.
Okay, this is my grizzled veteran pick. I think, like I said, every zombie apocalypse team needs a grizzled veteran. Now, my character who was on my shortlist for this particular role but didn't make the list was Geralt of Rivia, actually. I thought, fucking undead slayer who has a wealth of knowledge, grizzled as all get out, been there, done that many, many times.
What a great person to have in a role. Because you've got old mate playing his song all the time. So.
Yeah, no, fuck him all off. Just Geralt. Maybe bring Ciri as well. But then I think I actually decided to go a step further than someone as specialized as Geralt, because my number 2 pick has not just fought zombies and zombie-like undead creatures, but they've taken on an absolute fucking myriad of shit. Like, they've done it all. And that is Samus Aran. Samus would be my leader of this team, I think. She has the knowledge, she's got the experience, she's got a massive amount of it, like actual practical experience. She's got the kit, she's got the tech, she's got a fucking spaceship if I just get jack of it and I want to leave.
Go to Winston's Moon. There you go.
Go to Winston's Moon. I'm done. Like at this point, we're probably 2 years in now, and I've had enough. I'm sick of wine. I'm sick of the silence. I need to get out of here. We jump in the spaceship and we leave. But I feel like there's no situation in terms of a zombie apocalypse that Samus wouldn't have some answer for. She can scout, she can stealth, she can fight, she can rumble.
When Zombie Sonic turns into a ball, you've got somebody who can turn into a ball still as well.
Yeah, exactly. Not that special, Sonic. See, it's not that special. Yeah, she just brings so many tools to the toolbox, I think. And yeah, I think she would absolutely, just purely based on experience and know-how, she would be the leader of the compound, and she'd be calling the shots.
Make short work of any zombies.
Imagine her and Winston together, right? Like bouncing off each other.
She's going to be very, very good in securing your base of operations and clearing out that area.
Yep. And I feel like it doesn't matter what the zombie horde throws us. It doesn't matter how they evolve. It doesn't matter what variants end up, coming out of this whole fucking thing. I feel like Sam must be like, I've seen something just like it. I know.
You just
want to
make sure, like, if she's doing some clearing of an area, that she does it within an hour? Is it less than an hour?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's the ideal outcome.
A lot of backtracking too. A lot of backtracking with Samus, unfortunately. But anyway, that's my number 2 pick, my grizzled veteran of the group, Samus Aran.
Well, number 2 seems to be a good place for the grizzled veterans, doesn't it? Because when it comes to dealing with hordes, I myself will be sending out the Slayer.
Yeah, baby, there he is.
I needed
someone had to bring him.
Yeah,
I needed Isabel's best friend. So when I decided to bring Isabel, I was like, no, I need to bring the Slayer as well, because I think that just helps the dynamic. Chef's kiss. Haven't seen anything as good as that since that came out. But look, the Slayer deals with the undead, deals with the zombie soldiers, deals with hordes and hordes of demons. I mean, his basic weapon is a fucking shotgun. So none of this pistol shit. Just start with a shotgun and let's go. And rip and tear until it's done. Is there much else more to say about the Slayer? I don't know.
Look, I did consider Mr. Doom, but
Nathan Drake was there, right?
Well, he's my concern was that he's too much of an insular person, and that he might just end up even not meaning to following off a trail of zombies and then like, oh shit, everyone's gone.
That's why Isabel's there. That's why they're right. They're balanced.
He's got the anchor to bring him back. That's important.
Exactly. So I
That's
wanted to
a
use
great
some
pick.
fan art for it. I just couldn't figure out a way to credit it because I was doing all this last minute, so I decided not to just use someone's fan art.
I feel like by the time you let the Doomslayer out there, like the zombies, you just won't have a zombie problem because they won't want to attack the compound anymore. Like, they'll you put the fear of fucking God into them.
Not the fear of God, fear of the Slayer.
A fear of the Slayer.
Gods tremble before the Slayer.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great pick. Really good.
I mean, talking about grizzled vets. I mean, it's important.
You've got a whole team of grizzled vets.
Yeah, like
Dom's done it right.
All of my choices so far, like they're survivors. They scavenge. They know how to pick their way through, the ruins. But nobody, especially, has any real tactical experience. Like Alex has a bit of tactical experience with the resistance, but I considered that we need somebody who's in charge of combat. Like if it's a case of, and again, works well as a team, can go out, clear the area. Okay, we've secured this area, and gradually move around, or knows how to defend in a siege. Captain Price from Modern Warfare.
Is he?
Captain Price. He's a.
Would you put him in charge?
No, he's not in charge.
Okay,
he's not in charge. Alex is still in charge.
Alex is in charge. Okay,
but I think it's important that he wouldn't mind that. He's okay with not being in charge because he's a team player.
Taking orders is like sort of what he does.
But on top of that, he's a survivor as well. He's been in Russian gulags and come out, and then still has the same amount of skills. Works as SAS. Has the tight knit team skills, which I think is important as well. Can take orders, but knows when that they can be changed, how to respond to differences in the environment, new things popping up.
He's reliable.
Yeah,
like if you tell Price to do something, you can be pretty confident that thing is going to get done.
And if it's not getting done, there's a good goddamn reason for it. Yeah. He's trustworthy. He knows what he's doing. He's competent, and I think he's going to be the one that, when all the lovable rogues fuck up, he's going to be saving their ass.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen. It always happens.
I'm trying to imagine the dynamic between Price and Nathan Drake, actually. That's quite interesting to think about. That's funny.
I like to prefer... I'm going to think that the boy in his blob, Captain Price, is actually the boy.
That's the buddy comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one with the jelly beans, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's got the big cargo pant pocket, so that's where all the jelly beans are.
That's a good pick, Dom. That's another good one. That's a really good one. I think that might have been one I thought about. Didn't quite make a short list, but certainly was in the mix.
One. It's a good two.
That's true. Very true.
The next one will be.
You got me. Is a good one. Let's do it. Let's pick the good one.
Look at that segue. Just don't bring it.
Look at it.
Ruins it.
It's fucking professional.
If you mention the segue, it kills it. So
my number one is like I'm sick of this shit. Right? We've been here for 5 years now. I'm sick of it. I'm even sick of Dionysus at this point. I'm just done with this fucking zombie apocalypse, and I want it over at this stage. And I feel like, and this was the first thing I thought of, if there's something like a zombie apocalypse and you just want it to be fucking over and finished, there is only one man for the job. My number one is a crossover with Sam, and that is Doom Guy. At this point, you just let him off the fucking chain. I see. You don't worry. The team, don't worry about. No, there's no team player needed in this scenario. It's just like you go out there, Doom Guy, and you fucking do what you do, and you don't stop doing it until there's no fucking zombies left.
So Alucard is behind the glass, but Doom Guy is like in the freezer or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Clarifying question: do you mean Doom Guy or do you mean Doom Slayer? Because there is a difference, right?
They are, yeah, you're right. There is a difference. I mean, I would put either of them in my number one pick, just to be clear. I'll say Doom Slayer.
I think Slayer is a level above in power.
I think so, yes. Yeah. I think they're both perfectly competent at taking on a zombie apocalypse and chewing their way through.
Was able to become Doom Slayer, so clearly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
I just wanted to make sure that any listeners might be aware that we do know the difference.
We do, yes, correct. I just call him Doom Guy.
It's a video medium, Sam. They're called readers.
Because I'm old. Yeah, exactly. No.
Sounds so good.
It does.
Such a title.
Yeah, Sam summed it up pretty well. No further explanation needed. I think you unleash the Doomslayer and zombie apocalypse over. We all go home and resume back to work on Monday. Thanks very much. My number one, the Doomslayer / Doom Guy.
Right. So I guess
everyone has to live with their awkward choices during the apocalypse.
I've got a lot to live up to because I promised you guys a utopia when I was done, and I'm not.
You did, and your number two pick was the fucking Doomslayer. So,
I'll
how do you rein him in when you're in utopia?
I'll invite initial responses on my number one before I explain.
I recognize this art, but I don't know what this game is. Do I? What's this game, Sam?
Well, first thought I was going to get shit for picking a anime girl, but
we're just used to it by this point, Sam.
We'd be disappointed if you didn't.
It's whatever.
Yeah,
so this is Atelier Ryza from the Ryza series, and the reason I picked her is because of her thigh. So Atelier series, right? The premise of the games is alchemy, and with alchemy, they can create basically any range of items. In particular, some very useful items that they start off with crafting early is things like bombs and dynamite and like attack items. They can make healing items. Ryza herself actually, by the third game, is able to use alchemy to create houses. They can also create food and like basically with an alchemist, you could create again a society back from the elements that they can find in the world. And without picking a character that is like your wishes granted, an alchemist that has to be able to visualize and actually use skill, intelligence, and an understanding of the items to be able to make them again. I thought that was a nice little balance between, hey, let's just magic everything back to normal versus, hey, here's a character that can actually feasibly recreate society, particularly given how powerful she is as an alchemist by the end of the third game. She's one of the few characters that got more than 1 or 2 games in the Atelier series. And to be fair, there might be more powerful alchemists in the series. The series has been going since the Super Nintendo. Like there's about, I don't know, some crazy amount of games. So I'm not saying she's the strongest alchemist, but she's the one I'm most familiar with because I've played 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, I'm taking an alchemist as my final because that's how we start the seeds to rebuild society.
We've gone like
farming, all that sort of. Got it. Beautiful.
We've gone on like a full journey with Sam's list, haven't we? Like we've run through the entire gamut. The only flaw in Sam's list is that only half of his fucking list is dedicated to getting to the point where the other half is useful.
What are you talking about? I've got the emergency response to get out of the way of the danger. I've got the vehicle to get to where we're going. I've got the scientist to try and stop it all from happening in the first place, but could still help afterwards. I've got the base building for the Minecraft, right? So we can actually set up a defensive perimeter.
You did have the Doomslayer. I give you that. So maybe that's all you need, yeah.
To keep social cohesion and to help manage society going forward. Doomslayer to again manage all the stuff. I forgot to mention I've also got the chef, so food is tasty
True.
and nutritious.
You probably should have started with the Doomslayer, and then your list would have made a lot more sense then.
I think
I reckon the firefighters, man.
When you pull this one out and she starts alchemizing up houses and stuff, is Alex not going to sit back and be like, why couldn't you have been doing that all fucking long? I'm over here punching fucking trees. Just throwing a potion ball.
Ryza needs to gain an understanding of the form and the function, whereas Alex is making it from scratch, right? But Alex can only make very simple house designs because of the nature of the, shall we say, blocks.
So Ryza's looking at the house and is like, I like that.
I like that.
Architecturally designed.
Here's a better one.
She's already seen houses. Like, remember, these characters already have seen and understand modern day houses and stuff. So, yeah. And they need to get the material still. So.
Full journey with Sam's list. Yeah, love it. Full
That's
circle.
Why down in the
we're back. We're back.
Sam got it. Sam understood the assignment. That's what we'll see in the comments. 100% guaranteed.
So, well, again. Mine was this is the zombie apocalypse squad. This is just surviving. There's 10 of us. We're not going to be rebuilding. This is just surviving, making sure we're getting along. We're not going to have infighting.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing.
Sam's an optimist. You're a realist. Here we go. Here it fucking is. Of course. Here we go. Well done, Dominic. We all surprised. Oh God. Joel, for your number. Oh, hang on. Joe,
is it my fault that Naughty Dog makes a good fucking zombie game?
Oh God!
I will say I did specifically exclude like people from Resident Evil, Last of Us, Walking Dead. Like I did actually like Frank from Dead Rising. Like I excluded all of them. I'm like, no, they're too specialized. They're too good.
The reason Joel is a survivor. He runs a scavenging and a smuggling business in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. But he is also, if a member of your team goes missing, he's out there. He's going to move hell and high water to get that fixed.
Except for his wife and kid who die at the start of the game.
Hey, he tried.
Yeah, true.
He got shot.
Ouch, man.
Yeah, look, I knew I was going to cop shit for this, but like he knows this shit. Everybody else has experience and some experience with zombie apocalypse. He's lived it. He still lives it, and he's survived the whole time. But gets on well with people. He has to. He might be a bit gruff, but he's got a smuggling business. He's got to be able to deal with other people. If we come across other survivors, he knows to be wary, but knows how to communicate with them. We've got the backup if needed. But yeah, if things go wrong or somebody gets taken, he's going to make sure things are right. He's going to
a specific set of skills.
Yeah.
If someone gets taken.
Joel, Liam Neeson, they're the same people, really.
I'd say you pretty much had the right idea with this list, Dom. Like Dom's just taken 10 fuckers who've been there, done that before.
Yeah.
Just 10 veterans.
The prompt was
every group has a grizzled veteran.
Characters.
Dom's got 10 of the fuckers.
You didn't treat it as an exercise to get your waifu in top spot.
I'm not here to rebuild society. I'm here to survive. I've made a new society. Just us. We'll welcome people in. But yeah, he's the main reason that Joel's the number one is because he's gonna fight for you. It's any other people might go, oh, that's too hard. Joel's gonna be like, no, fuck you, this is impossible. But we're gonna get him back. We're gonna sort it out.
Dude got chumped by a golf club, man. It's fucking stupid pick. This is the shit.
I remember him hanging upside down and being attacked by fucking clickers. And
that easy.
That was a pain in the ass, that bit.
Yeah.
I know it's not relevant to Dom's.
He survived, didn't he? And not only that,
more times than he didn't survive when I played.
Yeah. But not only that,
he only survived once, but he died a lot before then.
He's also a bit of an engineer. Like he's making his own bullets, and he does MacGyver cobbling together knives, and he's a problem solver.
Rock to hit someone.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad we could do this for you, Dom. I mean, I know you've been waiting to put Joel as your number one in one of these lists since we fucking started this whole escapade on this channel, and I'm glad that we've given you the opportunity to actually make that come true for you. That's
You're just mad
Be
because I'm
top
right.
10 video game scavengers. So look forward to that.
Top 10 Joels from The Last of Us.
Top 10 Naughty Dog.
You won't believe number 7.
characters.
Oh, man. Well, that is it, my friends. We are done. So let us know in the comments which of the teams of 10 video game characters to take to the zombie apocalypse would you back? Which one of these sets would you want to have with you? Let us know down in the comments which one it is and why it's mine, and we'd love to hear about it. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Well,
also, all of mine will talk to each other.
Oh, you don't want that shit.
I put social cohesion as a core part of why one of my teams
You did,
is coming.
yeah. Or if you've got other characters,
Doom Guy and Isabel sneak off in the corner, and then there's another tryst happening.
Hey, there's got to be
fan
love,
art.
right? But what's life without love?
Hey, if you've got other characters that we did not pick that you think you would take in the zombie apocalypse, make sure you drop down and give us a comment on those as well. Let us know which ones we missed and why. That'd be great. Other than that, I think we're done. We should go and prep our bunkers, fellas. We've got some work to do, I feel.
I got some phone calls to make.
Yep. Dom's got...
I don't, because I built a good enough team.
Oh, do they just psychically know they're on your team?
Yep. They're that good.
We're going to get on out of here. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. We really appreciate it. Until next time, make sure you keep on side scrolling. Take it easy.
Thanks, guys. Because he's the number one choice, obviously.
Do you have a poster of Joel in your room?